Happy Thursday. So I got a couple things I wanted to share. But I just had a conversation not too long ago. 10 minutes ago, maybe. I don't get into politics much. Because honestly, what I can't change, I just pray over everything. What I can change, if I can make a difference, I make a difference. I do that. I believe people have rights, but I was called a Zionist. First of all, I'm not Jewish. I'm not anti-Jew. I know what the word means, and I know what the Jewish people are trying to accomplish. And that happens all over the world, right? People want their own laws, their own rules. But this person was just, constantly on talking about Palestine. And I said, well, I have actually done quite a bit of research on that. Shared some information. He said, no, you're wrong. You must be getting that from the Israel newspapers. You probably love Israel. I do love Israel. I don't love their government. But Israel as a country, I love. I love the people. There's so many innocent people all over the world. And then it moved to, so you think Gaza, they're Palestinians. I go, I'm not saying anything about that. I think it's sad what's happening in Gaza. I think it's sad what's happening in Iran and Ukraine. I'm sad that Russia, innocent people. And to me, it's about the innocent people, right? Look at Venezuela, and that's what I said. I said, it's devastating what happened in Venezuela. And of course, they were just, that person is so focused, so tunnel vision, that I said, look, I can't have these conversations with you. Number one, I don't like having them. And number two, there's never going to be change if people can't even open up to an idea. Research. Don't believe the first thing that pops up. I love America, but I do not agree with a lot of the politics. But I love America. I would never say I hate America. For me. And that's how I feel, like I said, about Israel. I don't love their government. I pray over their government. But I love Israel itself, the country. So that actually ended with me just saying, enough, you need to leave my area. You need to go and do something. He goes, well, we could just disagree. I said, well, we already know we're disagreeing, but I'm not going to have you sit here and constantly badger me and question me, and I'm getting all heated, and I felt the Lord say, let it go. So that's what I did. It's the same thing with, and I'll tell you this part. So I go to my oncologist yesterday, and my labs are great, so tomorrow I have treatment. And we talked about my hair. And he said, look, do not buzz it off. You need your hair on the top of your head as protection. He goes, you get a short pixie if you want. He goes, that's great. He goes, unless it's all falling out, and it's hardly falling out now. He goes, do not do that. So I said, okay. So the topic came up about buzzing hair. He goes, well, at least you won't be mistaken for a lesbian. Oh, burn my bacon. I said, it doesn't matter to me what people's opinion, they don't know me. My choice is my choice. I have to answer for me. I do not hold judgment against anyone on their sexual preference at all, because we are not to judge, right? We are to love, regardless if we agree or don't agree. And that's what I told him. He goes, well, when they're holding hands and all that. I said, my daughter has her hair shaved And we'll be going to the store in the next few days, and we hold hands and we hug. He goes, yeah, but there's probably, you could see an age difference. And I just told him, I go, you're just tunnel vision. It's just tunnel vision. We're not going to have change if we don't, first of all, do what the Lord tells us, not to judge. And I said to him, I said, you are so full of hate. I don't know why I keep running into people like this. It starts off with a, hey, how you doing? Next thing you know, they want to go all political. And I'm not about that. Look, my life is not perfect, nor is it easy. But I do know my days are better because I love people. I don't judge people. I accept people for who they are. They have to answer to someone much higher than me. I'm a nobody. I'm just a little old lady living in a red van. That's me. But I don't know. You know, same with, you know, when people want to talk religion, I go, well, I'm not religious. I have faith in my Lord and Savior. I don't go to a building to prove anything. I just love the Lord, and I want my life to reflect that. Whether the other person likes it or not, you know. Heck, I've had other people say, don't pray for me, I don't believe. And I told them the beauty of prayer is you don't have to believe. God will still work his magic, whether you believe or not. It doesn't matter. And that's what I told him. I said, look, when I say I do not care, it is not because I'm cold or callous. It's because I don't care. Because I'm going to keep loving people right where they're at. And I pray that I can make a difference in their life. Maybe a smile. Maybe make them feel loved and wanted. Maybe they'll see the love of Christ through me and say, I want that. And then God takes over and does his thing. It's not my job. It's not my place. But, you know, that's not the first time I've been called a Zionist. The first time I was called that, I didn't even know what it meant. I'm being honest. I had no idea. So I looked into it, and then, you know, I just continued to research because I love researching things, and I like to go deep into something. You know, I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, like I said, I get treatment tomorrow. My daughter sent me a really cute picture of a pixie I may get. I just know this hair is just heavy and it's hot. Yesterday was 90 degrees and I felt like I was melting. As a matter of fact, I told my daughter, I'm melting. Wizard of Oz. Anyway, it was a hot one, and just this hair. One thing I learned about curly hair, it likes to hold moisture. It does. Right now it's not as curly. I've been messing with it, but yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful and thankful I got hair. There's many people who don't have a lick of hair. So I'm grateful for the hair that I have. I just don't want it so heavy. So I won't be buzzing it off. Not meant to be. I trust my oncologist, so I'll go with what he said. And, you know, that person, that's what they, you know, said, well, you know, it's your hair. And I was like, yeah, it's my life, though. And my immune system's down, and I don't want bacteria or viruses. I don't want none of that, you know, because our hair is an appendage, you know. So I don't want that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. I pray that tomorrow I get to leave to go see my daughter. I got everything ready, though, just in case right after treatment I could gas up and go. Yeah, that's my prayer. Pray. Anyway, God bless each and every one of you. I just wanted to share that. First of all, we shouldn't be calling people names. But if you do call someone a name, please know the meaning behind what you're calling them. Pray for Venezuela. Please pray for the people in Venezuela. Thousands of people are missing and presumed dead. Presumed unalive, I should say. Yeah, just pray for them. Anyway, this is Gracie. I pray you have a fabulous day. It's 73 today. Beautiful day. Got in an amazing walk today. I had a really good breakfast lunch. And even got into a little tiff. I haven't felt rage coming up in me like that in a long time. And I'm so grateful that the Lord said, just stop. Just stop. You know, there's some people that are open to I'm open to discussion. If people want to share things with me, you know, I'll listen to them if they're willing to listen to me. But when they're just rapid firing all these questions, trying to get me all boggled, and it's like, you got to let me answer something here. And then it was the Lord like, no, just stop, be done. So I did. I was like, okay, have a good day. Put my screen back on my window, and he's still talking, and I just turned my back. Yeah, God's good. Again, he saves me. Saves me from having to pray over saying something I knew I should not have said because I felt it coming. I'm human. I'm just like anybody else. You know, my bacon gets burned, my knickers get in a knot, and boy, sometimes the curse word 2, 3, 4, or 20 could come out of this mouth. But that's where the Lord works on me. And he just stops me. And I'm thankful that I'm able to know that that's the Lord telling me, just stop. Yeah. Anyway, have a blessed day. I'll definitely be talking to y'all on Sunday for sure. Probably do a little update on Saturday if I make it to my daughter's. If not, I'll be there on Monday. But I just want to go hug my girl. Anyway, God love each and every one of you. I appreciate you so much. I pray for you and ask that you pray for me. And please, please pray for Venezuela. Okay, God love y'all. Bye.